The Char Leclerc is a main battle tank built by GIAT, now Nexter of France. It was named in honor of General Philippe Leclerc de Hauteclocque, who led the French element of the drive towards Paris while in command of the Free French 2nd Armoured Division in World War II. The Leclerc is in service with the French Army and the Army of the United Arab Emirates. In production since 1991, the Leclerc entered French service in 1992, replacing the AMX 30 as the country's main armored platform. With production now complete, the French Army has a total of 406 Leclerc and the United Arab Emirates Army has 388. The price in 2011 was €9.3 million, which made it the most expensive tank in history at the time. Following the devaluation of the euro, its price fell dramatically, and in 2014 the K2 Black Panther surpassed the Leclerc's price record. History. In 1964 studies were initiated about a possible replacement vehicle for the AMX 30, the engine principal perspective. In 1971, in view of the inferiority of the AMX 30 in comparison to the new generation of Soviet tanks about to be introduced, the Direction des Armements Terrestres ordered the beginning of the Char Future project. In 1975 a working committee was created that in 1977 agreed on a list of specifications. In February 1980, however, a memorandum of understanding was signed with the Federal Republic of Germany involving the joint development of AMBT, called the Napoleon I in France and Kampfpanzer III in Germany. Fundamental disagreements about its desired configuration led to a failure of this cooperation in December 1982. It was announced that a purely French battle tank would be developed, called EPC. Importation of foreign equipment, like the M1 Abrams, the Leopard 2, or the Merkava had been studied and rejected. In contrast to most Western programs of the time, much consideration was given to active besides passive protection, to limit the overall mass of the vehicle. Mobility for evading enemy fire and fire control systems were given particular attention. Nevertheless, it was a stated design goal to achieve at least double the protection against K penetrators in comparison to the level attained in then-current MBTs of the 50-ton weight class. The latter indicated at about 400 mm Ra equivalency, the higher level at the same time protecting against shaped charges. Partnership with a foreign state was sought to limit the cost per unit, and this was found when the United Arab Emirates ordered 436 vehicles, adding to the 426 units already planned for the French Army. In 1986, the project was started under the name of Leclerc, 6 prototypes being built swiftly. Mass production started in 1990 with the 4-unit Batch 1, used mainly for comparative tests in foreign countries. The 17 units of Batch 2 were shipped, with improvements in the turret and in the hull armor. These units were diagnosed with problems in the engine and suspension, and were quickly retired. Batch 3 followed with some improvements and have been used to define the doctrine of use and instruction. Batches 4 and 5 were better built, eliminating the recurrent problems in the power plant, and are still in service. After having been refitted at the end of the 1990s, the second series started with Batch 6, with an added climate control system in the right rear of the turret. Batch 7 introduced a transmission system to the command vehicle, and a data system giving instantaneous vision of the state of all battle tanks and acquired targets. It also incorporated minor improvements in the visor. Batch 8 was a modernization of the electronic system, and Batch 9 replaced the thermal imaging Athos by a Sega Miras with better resolution. All previous batches will be modernized up to the standards of Batch 9 from 2005. In 2004, Batch 10 was presented, incorporating new information systems which could share the disposition of enemy and friendly units to all vehicles on the battlefield, and a new armor package. This was the beginning of the 96-unit third series. By 2007, 355 tanks should have been operational, 320 of them incorporated in 4 regiments, each of 80 Leclerc vehicles. As of 2010, after a French defense review, each of the 4 regiments operated 60 Leclerc tanks for a total of 240 in operational units, with a further 100 Leclerc in combat-ready reserve. Due to finance cuts, only 254 tanks were fully operational in 2011. The 4 regiments are: 1 Air Regiment de Chasseurs stationed near Verdun, part of the 7th Armoured Brigade; 4 E Regiment de Dragons stationed in Carnoules-en-Provence, part of the 7th Armoured Brigade; 12 E Regiment de Cuirassiers stationed in Olivet, part of the 2nd Armoured Brigade; 501 E Regiment de Chars de Combat stationed in Mourmelin-le-Grand, 2nd Armoured Brigade. Design. Armament. The Leclerc is equipped with a GIAT CN 120-26120 mm smoothbore cannon. This cannon is capable of firing the same NATO standard 120 mm rounds as the German Leopard 2 and US M1 Abrams, but in practice only French-produced ammunition is issued. The gun is insulated with a thermal sleeve and has an automatic compressed air fume extraction system instead of the usual bore evacuator. The Leclerc has a unique auto-loading system which was specifically designed for it, and reduces the crew to 3 by eliminating the human loader. The turret of the Leclerc was designed around the auto-loading system in order to avoid the problems common to other tanks with an autoloader. The Leclerc autoloader allows a rate of fire of 12 shots per minute and holds 22 rounds of ready ammunition. It can accommodate up to 6 different types of ammunition at once. Although like most autoloader systems it cannot change ammunition types once a round has been loaded. The most common types are the armor-piercing thin-stabilized discarding sabot with a tungsten core and the high-explosive anti-tank round. There are 18 other rounds available for reload. A Leclerc tank can fire while traveling at a speed of 50 km per hour on a target 4,000 meters away. The gun is 52 calibers long instead of the 44 calibers common on most tanks of the Leclerc's generation, giving the rounds a high muzzle velocity. The Leclerc is also equipped with a 12.7 mm coaxial machine gun and a remote-controlled 7.62 mm machine gun, whereas most other NATO tanks use 7.62 mm weapons for both the coaxial and top machine gun mounts. The major exception is the American M1 Abrams, which has a 7.62 mm coaxial machine gun and 2 top-mounted machine guns, one 7.62 mm and one 12.7 mm. Protection. The Leclerc has the GIAT combat vehicle protection system from GIAT, which fires a variety of smoke grenades and infrared screening rounds, as well as anti-personnel grenades. The hull and the turret are made of welded steel fitted with modular armor, which can be replaced easily for repair or upgraded over the years. The French army in the late 1970s rejected Chobham armor as being overly specialized in its optimization to defeat hollow charge weapons. It therefore opted to develop their own composite arrangement to defeat both hollow charge and sabot round. Due to the introduction of modernized threats, the Batch 3 has a new armor package, including composite armor, titanium inserted on the sides of the turret era blocks, fire control and observation. The last 96 MBTXL Leclerc out the ICONE is battle management system with digital communication system which integrates data from other tanks and upper levels of command. Since 2009, all Leclerc in service have ICONE BMS. The Leclerc tank features the HL60 gunner's primary sight from Sagem. The sight's day channel offers x3.3 and extend magnification. The night channel thermal intensifier offers x3, x6, x10 and x20 magnifications. No emergency or auxiliary sights are mounted. The laser rangefinder is of the ND JAG type at 1.06 micrometers. The tank commander can observe the surroundings through 7 periscopes and the HL70 panoramic sight. The HL70 is equipped with a day channel at x2.5 and extend magnification and a night channel with x2.5 magnification. On the Series 21 and UAE variant, the HL80 commander's panoramic sight is mounted. The sight offers x2.5 and extend magnification for the thermal intensifier and a laser rangefinder of the ND JAG type at 1.06 micrometers. Both sights are also equipped with a semi-auto tracker for target acquisition. The combination of the gunner's primary sight and commander's panoramic sight allows the Leclerc to operate in a hunter-killer mode. The Leclerc's digital fire control system can be operated independently by the gunner or the commander, and it offers real-time integrated imaging from all of the tank's sensors and sights, including the gunner's SAVAN-20 stabilized sight, developed by Sagem. Propulsion. The Leclerc has an 8-cylinder SACM V8 X1500 1500 horsepower hyperbar diesel engine and a Renkag automatic transmission, with 5 forward and 2 reverse gears. The official maximum speed by road is 72 km/h and 55 km/h cross-country. The maximum range is given as 550 km and can be extended to 650 km with removable external tanks. The hyperbar system integrates a turbomeca trademark 307B gas turbine in the engine, acting both as a turbocharger and an APU, giving auxiliary power to all systems when the main engine is shut down. The hyperbar name comes from the unusually high boost pressure of 7.5 bars and the resulting mean effective pressure of 32.1 bars. To compare, the largest diesel engine in the world has a mean effective pressure of 18.6 bars. In addition, with boost available even at idle, this arrangement also works as an anti-lag system. At a combat weight of just 56 tons, the Leclerc is one of the lightest main battle tanks in the world. This gives it one of the best power-to-weight ratios among the Western tanks, and makes it one of the fastest MBTs of its generation. The engine exhaust, exiting at the rear left, is cooled to reduce the thermal signature of the Leclerc. Transmission is a hydromechanical type with 5 forward and 2 reverse gears. Fuel tanks carry 1,300 liters and act as extra protection for the tank. Two 200-liter external tanks can be fitted on the rear of the turret, but have to be jettisoned before entering combat since they limit turret rotation. The gearbox is equipped with a hydrokinetic retarder which can slow the Leclerc down at a deceleration rate of 7 meters per square second, which is automatically used over 30 km/h. combat history. In service since 1992, the Leclerc has mostly seen deployment on low-intensity conflicts, including 15 Leclerc stationed in Kosovo and others in Lebanon within UN peacekeeping operations, where the performance was judged satisfactory by French officials. Until 2010, 13 Leclerc were deployed in the South Lebanon for a peacekeeping mission with UNIFIL. As of August 2015, Leclerc tanks of the United Arab Emirates were deployed in combat operations in Yemen as part of the Saudi-led coalitions. It is estimated 70 Leclerc MBTs were deployed by the UAE and Yemen. 15 of them are equipped with the ASA package. 3 tanks were damaged, 2 by anti-tank mines and 1 by RPG, which damaged the grid without piercing the hull. None of these tanks were lost. Variants and upgrades. Series 1 original production model. Series 2 new NBC system, which integrates a hybrid air conditioner, independent air conditioning unit installed on the back roof behind the gunner's hatch. In order to balance the turret since the adding of the air conditioner, the turret frontal armor is thickened a few centimeters ahead. The commander's station. Revised sprocket cooling fins. Extra splash guard added to the front hull. Remote-operated hydraulic track tensioner, bolt-on applique armor on each hull sponsons. Athos thermal camera on the gunner's sight is replaced by the new Iris thermal camera since the Block 9. SIT battlefield management system added in 2009. Series 21 new composite armor package. The additional weight caused by the adding of tungsten is avoided thanks to the titanium that replaced the steel previously used in each armor. Modules. Turret bustle modular armor includes also semi-reactive layers made of explosive materials. Turret storage bins have been tailored for the larger armor package. The commander has now the HL-120 panoramic sight, which now features a laser rangefinder and the Iris thermal camera. Higher electrical turret output. IFF indicator. SIT battlefield management system. Leclerc ASA Action and Zone Urban. Proposed urban warfare kit for actions in urban areas. Leclerc EPG engine principle to GE acute NIE main engineering vehicle armored engineering. Leclerc DNG des pannes nouvelle génération recovery tank. Leclerc Mars moyen adapté de remorque age spécifique provisional armored recovery vehicle prior to the arrival of the DNG. Leclerc co-tropicalized version of the United Arab Emirates. It is fitted with Euro power pack with the MTU 883 diesel engine of 1,100 kilowatts. The United Arab Emirates have interests in the German company which builds them and preferred an engine of their own. Externally mounted diesel auxiliary power unit with a tank infantry telephone fitted on its armored box. Redesigned engine compartment. Engine-driven mechanical air conditioning mounted in the left part of the hull to cool the tank without the use of electric current, which could reveal the position of the tank. HL-80 Commander panoramic sight with ALICE thermal camera and laser rangefinder. 80 a remote-controlled mount for a 7.62 mm FN mag machine gun operated under armor by the HL-80 panoramic sight. Leclerc battlefield management system. Completely automated driving and turret functions with pictograms on the buttons for use by crew with only basic training. Thermal top. Some bustle storage bins are replaced by baskets. Leclerc Coffre or Leclerc T40, a proposal from the late 2000s to convert existing Series 1 vehicles into a heavy reconnaissance scout, primarily for urban warfare. The conversion included a brand new turret incorporating a CT-40 case telescoped weapon system as well as grenade launch, along with provision for 2 side-mounted anti-tank missiles. Technical data. Operators. Current operators: France 406 plus 20 armored recovery vehicles. United Arab Emirates 388 plus 46 armored recovery vehicles.